All right, I'm here with the um, record-breaking RTN of Moneyline Philippines, which just happened last weekend with Joms.
Yeah. So yeah, hello. I'm Jomari. In Discord, I'm Jabongski Man. I'm the Auxilio that went to the finals in the Unbox RTN that pre-registered 128 players.
I was pre-registered as well. That's wild.
Yeah, they
Really.
did a good job at marketing the event.
Yeah, I watched the record-breaking video. I think people should watch that as well. I can link that one. They had also a
Yeah,
lot of good pricings and just overall seemed like a very good vibe. They like rated best dressing person and all kind of different
yeah.
stuff. So that was cool. So, why did you bring Australia of all heroes there?
So I started out with Auxilio when Rosetta was released. I was very interested in the art. It was
Okay.
always the art that pulled me in.
It's just
And then
art of the Australia hero or just like
yeah,
lightning
the
cards in
hero.
general? Okay.
The hero itself. I never played Lightning Heroes before, so
Okay.
Auxilio was basically my first one. But I was a wizard player, so after learning that Auxilio was a wizard, I was like, okay, there's too many things that invited me to play Auxilio.
Yeah, that makes
Uh,
a lot of sense.
it's yeah, it actually started out really bad because I didn't know how to play Auxilio. It was your videos actually that helped me realize, oh, so this is how you do these things with Auxilio.
Oh,
The
really?
play lines, yeah. And moving forward, the last proper event I did with Celia was ProQuest, the time where CYB was still legal.
Mm,
It
yeah.
that event helped me realize that Auxilia really has a really strong chance to fight against the top players. Because I got top 8 there, and the matches weren't really that easy too. So like, I'm gonna stick to this. And after hearing about the road to nationals, I said, and I've been looking at the meta reports I've been observing. I've seen that there's no Auxilia. So I
Mm,
was thinking that if I bring Auxilia there, no one would expect it or even know how to fight it.
yeah, that is true as well. And um it's also very hard even if you know to bring like the correct equipment to it. Or well, you can bring the correct equipment to it, but then we can attack like different angles, which is like really cool. It's not like Kano where the opponent just brings like SV7 and just Rainbow Oasis, and now you can't like do much stuff. So
Yeah, the versatility in Auxilia is very insane. Like, you can do many things. You can even the filtering, the different forms of attack, arcane or physical.
yeah,
Everything melded together for some, even though at face value they don't look that good.
yeah, and for a lot of players, people are very married to the Hamilton's value theory. So
Yeah,
like a lot of games where you play against a tankier opponent, it's just correct a lot of times to send like 2 card 6 with Comet Storm, something like that. Or 3 card
yeah,
6 with Comet Storm, and it's like really good play, but people just don't like doing that because it's not like big value.
yeah. Auxilia, when you look at his hand, might be like a 4 card 4 sometimes. Like, you don't see the go again. What do you do?
Yeah,
The- the- but once you like get used to Auxilia, you realize that, oh man, this line is actually 20 damage. But you don't see it now. You
yeah,
see
yeah,
it on the next turn.
and you have to prep for those like turns before. You have to like a little bit sniff what kind of types of things you're throwing into, and having your setups
Yeah,
and ourselves to that. Like there was one game that you had where you prioritized R-selling an instant, and that paid off in the next hand because then you had, I think there was 3 or 4 attacks, and it would have been a completely dead hand if you didn't R-sell an instant. So like
yeah,
plays like those just like really unlocks the hero a lot more.
yeah. You with this hero, it's like your instincts just tell you that, okay, you shouldn't play that out. Not yet. There's something in the deck that you haven't seen yet.
Yeah.
that makes it worth it to keep. Yeah, that's those kind of things kind of just grow on you the more you play Auxilia.
Yeah, intuition comes down with experience for sure. Um, so do you want to discuss about the RTN run, and after that we can discuss about the cards? Why did
Yeah,
you
sure.
bring this deck like this? And by the way, this Manila was
Yeah,
7 rounds into top 8. So normally
yeah,
RTNs are like 5 or 6, depending, of course,
depending
about
on
as participation. Yeah, but they had 128, like I said. So that was bigger than the Battle Harnets that were played that weekend. So
yeah, it's
yeah,
a very mentally draining battle.
yes, and you had to basically just X1 to get the top 8.
Yeah.
Insane. So go ahead.
Okay, so yeah, so round one, I started out the event against a new.
Yeah,
It was, I think I remember the player. I saw him winning the unbox events before. So, uh, moving to the RTN, I haven't had any reps against new because I kind of avoided them on Talishar.
yeah, same.
Because I the stress is like I don't want to think about fighting new.
Yeah.
So it didn't pay off because I was thinking, okay, this might be a fatigue new or this might be, I don't know, it might be very disruptive. So that's what I keep telling everyone, that I sided this wrong. I went for 69 cards.
Mm.
Looking at my list, I added all the D reacts, the calming breeze, and added some added some tree blocks just to fat deck my whole board.
Yeah.
And yeah, it didn't pay off. Everything I got was so muddy. I have D reacts, but then my hand becomes really bad.
Yeah, it's not good if
Things
you
didn't, yeah.
like draw multiple DRX and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
and added to that, every banish from deck was, two of them were gone in a flash. So
Ooh,
I lost all my power cards, my blast. They were all gone. The
yeah.
CNC, leave no witnesses. Those are the kind of things that messed up the round one.
Mm-hmm.
So I started the run really sad, and I don't know. I wanna. I was looking to go into round two with a better matchup, like just to get the momentum back.
Yeah. It's
So yeah,
heartbreaking because it's a big tournament. X1 for top 8. Now you have to
yeah,
battle Pinto run, but
yeah. And also, that was the game that surprised me with how they prepared against Wizards. That's where you saw the Arcane Polarity. They got Sigil of Solace ready.
yeah.
So any value I bring down from them, they just bring it back.
Yeah.
So that was something to note when I'm going to move on to the future rounds of against new.
Mm-hmm.
So round two, I am against KO. This was a match where I went first, I believe. Yeah, I went first. So my mentality when going first was just go all aggro. That's what we all say. So I didn't board in the fries, but I boarded the double lightning press. So
Yeah.
I think it was triple eclectic, double lightning press. Wait, I need 8 cards in the sideboard, so that's 3 eclectics, 2 presses, 1 destructive Aether Tide. That's gonna be 6. So the 2 cards I have left was, I believe it was E-Strike. It was either E-Strike or Glyph Overlay.
Okay.
Oh wait, no, I remember now. It's Glyph Overlay.
Yeah.
Because
Okay.
I was going first, so I was thinking we should go big spells on this.
Yeah, makes sense. Makes
That,
sense.
yeah,
Your feature games, eclectic magnetism, you played them near everyone, and it seemed very good. Like, I'm not
yeah.
gonna lie.
Eclectic really helped my hand. Hands. If I were to imagine eclectic was like E-strike or something, my turn would have my spells would have been really awful and didn't get any payoffs.
Yeah. This is just
So I think, yeah,
another thing I noticed when watching your feature matches. I commented on this as well, and I think like people are quite afraid of pitching on Australia because then you lose Walter
uh,
value, then you lose this and that value, but you were not afraid of pitching at all, and that also paid dividends of doing well on Australia, I think.
yeah, because it's not every time you get your sigils that you want to play it out.
Yeah.
Sometimes you look at your hand, your graveyard. I've already used a lot of attacks. Getting embodiment won't change anything.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, the best way to push value damage is just arcane spells.
Yes.
So yeah, pitching, melding the Comet Storm Shock at that time. I forgot what game it is, but I think I'll remember it. But yeah, in this round two, it was pretty much high roll, I guess. Around turn two, I got a blast with a sigil. I forgot which sigil it was. I think it was Brilliance. So I went Brilliance, Blast, and I had double press. So that
Oh,
hand allowed me to push 10 damage out
yeah.
front, and then Arsenal the whatever I drew, and then played out Brilliance. And then by turn three, I got my Galena Flash, my all the instants. It was basically turn three, I win. I got my combo.
Yeah, and you have your hand
By the
ready to
Yeah,
to fix your hand as well.
yeah, and and it always proved to me that my line of thought with Brilliance is I don't play it until turn two, where my tunic is two, so
Mm-hmm.
that by the time I played it, it's ready for Brilliance. It's ready for the headpiece trigger.
Yeah, that
So
makes
that's
sense.
why most of the time I kind of hold back my Brilliance intentionally, just so I can get better payoff if ever the combo aligns.
Yeah, this is also interesting in a way where if you see, I think if you see like two brilliance as turn zero, you necessarily don't want to just slam them both down because
Yeah,
random draw is always a random draw. And after like a certain amount of brilliance is on board, I think like having Sigil of Lightning is more value to your hand than
yeah,
having like two or three Sigil of Brilliance. Just a little note
yeah.
on this, but
So yeah, round two that was easy because we got the combo. No stress. I would have, well, although the KO was actually really fast. I was around 10 HP by turn three.
yeah,
I didn't have the blocking card, so the combo really pushed the tempo back.
yeah, as it usually does. Oh, but this is
Yeah,
actually funny because as people say that Auxilia is just a combo deck, you just do your thing and then you maybe win. But here we see Auxilia a good deck. If you get to do your thing, it's not even close.
yeah. Doing the combo does not win you the game. It just puts the game back to a fair state of the amount of times you lost life because of your instant hand.
Yeah, a real tempo swinger.
Yeah, so yeah, let's move on to round three. It was also a
Hmm.
win. Yeah, for sure, because I went top eight. So it was against Aurora, and I was going second. And going second against Aurora was a bit tough, because that means I have to board in my D-Reacts. I never board in my D-Reacts if I go first.
Yeah, okay,
So
makes sense.
I believe I brought Shelter and Sinks. Um, and Eclectics. I'm sure I didn't bring Calming Breeze, so it was Eclectic, Sync, and Shelter. Because
Okay,
I was looking for because the mindset is turn zero. If they're gonna push damage, the important thing is I get my blocking hand. So my formula in sideboard is eight. I just have to choose 8 cards out of my inventory. That's all. My main board is ready. That's all I need.
yeah, this
The eight
never
cards will
changed.
just Yeah. The 8 cards that I get, they will support my matchup.
Yep.
So it was almost the same situation around, but it was on turn four that I got my combo. Uh, the Aurora was pressuring really hard, but it wasn't that painful because there was no arc lighting yet. So
Okay.
I was just able to block and block. And then by the time I got my combo, I got tempo again. Because when I got my combo, he started blocking. So so by the time I finished my combo, he was around 2 cards. So he could only deliver a 2 card 8, which is when you draw a new hand, it's pretty blockable.
Yeah, for sure. And it's actually like a
And
best case scenario
yeah.
usually, where if people just block their whole hand, you might draw in the break, and your next hand is pretty awful. But if they do like two card eight, now you can like just play good value hand generally.
Oh yeah, and I forgot my opponent's Aurora loadout was actually AB3. Or no. It was AB3 and Spell Void 2. He ran Shock Charmers.
Yeah, so Charmers, Carapace, Lightning Greaves, and do you remember the headpiece?
The headpiece was not face purgatory, actually.
So probably
Uh,
Crown of Providence or Balance of Justice.
yeah, it was Crown.
Okay, yeah.
So I think I feel like it's wrong to run Crown against Cecilia. Face purg really is better. So I guess I was assured that my hand won't be damaged by the face perk.
Yeah, that's also true. But from our side, face purge is less. It's like more rarely online than other rune blades because you need to have non-attack action and an attack action, and Aurora doesn't have that many non-attack actions. But for us,
Yeah,
Purgatory is worse to play against for sure.
yeah. So after during this game, I was looking forward for a null shock on their burn up because I want to do a knowledge check on them, but it never happened. So it was just a funny thing I want to do, and it didn't happen. So it's okay. The
Mhm.
important thing is I got the combo. Tempo, all the tempo was there. I just need to finish him off with a gun and a flash, eclectic into a finisher arcane.
Yeah, and those 0 for
Uh,
4s, 0 for
Yeah,
5s, arcane, really good when you are at that like a stare down where both are under 10 life. So
this is the game where I just really like eclectic so much. I keep adding it to the main board every time.
yeah, makes sense. I heard you saying that. I saw you watching playing it, and I valued it also more when I configured my
Yeah.
deck a bit more.
So yeah, moving to round four, I was against Ira. Now this Ira respected the wizard, so the Ira went AB3.
Oh,
It was the chest piece, the boots, and the gloves.
okay,
So and then Mask of Momentum,
okay.
which is pretty standard. So after seeing the loadout, I was like, it's gonna go physical. But my sideboard was, I believe I was first, so I was thinking I wanna go aggressive there. So I went for the. I don't remember if I brought in. I don't know. I didn't bring Fry to any matchup this RTN.
Oh,
Surprisingly,
okay.
surprisingly. Well, to be fair, it's made for Enigma, but
Yeah.
I didn't meet any, so I wasn't able to board in Fry. So I got the. Let's see. I got Eclectic for sure. That's three. I got E-Strike. Wait. Yeah, I got E-Strike, so that's five.
Hmm.
Then the remaining three cards was, I'm sure it was Lightning Press and either this, yeah, it was Destructive Either Tide after. I
Okay.
didn't bring in the glyphs because I think it was a fast match that I probably wouldn't get payoff with the glyph.
And you did you see the equipments before you sideboarded?
No,
Probably
I didn't
not.
see it yet.
Yeah,
So
because
I was assuming it was AB1, so bringing
yeah,
glyph was
yeah,
not
because
really that needed.
if you see AB3, you probably might consider a glyph for that over destructive.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can't see the equipment first.
Yeah, so turn zero, I probably made the mistake of allowing my opponent to filter. Because after seeing their hand was just looking for a scrap. By the time turn one came, their hand was just all three looking for a scraps. And I was like, oh no, I just helped him filter. Because in that turn zero, I got gone in a flash. I think it was Sigil of Lightning. I got the early gone in a flash hands, and I was looking to prepare the combo turn now.
Yeah.
But yeah, so turn one, it didn't. So leading up to turn three and four, it was just Ira doing the value blocks on me. I wasn't able to find any combo, also I was blocking. And thankfully, every time Ira threw a CNC or weakest link, I forget if there was a weakest link, but it felt similar to a mid-range list, but they had the upsticks and I didn't see the upstick, but I saw the card that lets you recur a dagger, the head jab one. I forgot what that one.
Yeah, I forget that name as well. Pick up the pieces or something like that. I
Yeah.
don't remember.
But but the significant thing that happened in this game was my opponent did a full block and then just played Warmongers. So which didn't matter on my hand. Because in that hand I had the perfect answer, the gun in a flash, flittering. I think I had discharge, current funnel, and then a null shock.
Oh,
I believe it was I believe it was a brilliance, or brilliance was there too. So I was kind of sad that he didn't attack because I wanted to combo, but it still paid off. I was able to deal 29 damage, and he was like, the warmongers didn't even matter at all.
yeah, yeah.
It's like it's really funny, and then I basically did more damage in that hand compared to my Greaves turn.
Yeah, there we go. With current funnel.
Yes. Yeah. So current funnel believer here.
Current funnel, no shock. Good cards.
Yeah. And Ira didn't. There was not much on hits that I represented because I was forcing her to go to my tempo. I was maintaining tempo by just pressuring every 0 for 4s.
Yeah,
The gun in the flash I kept since turn 0 paid off the whole game.
it's wonderful. Those are the most fun games, I think,
Yeah.
at least for me.
Yeah, we just had a quick laugh on how the gun was still from turn 0 and I'm still using it.
Yeah, that's like real Guardian gameplay. Like that's your weapon, the gun in the flash. You just block, you send your gun in the flash, and you're like, here's the 0 for 4,
Yeah.
an instant for some value.
Yes. So next we move to round 5. I was against Kano.
Oh,
Now this was a scary matchup because I had my Shock Charmers and Nullrune Hood ready,
yeah,
but the last Kano match I did I lost in Talishar, so it was like this might be a bit scary.
yeah. You can
So my
always lose to
yeah,
Kano.
so yeah, for sure my loadout was using the Nullrune Hood and Charmers. I boarded in Destructive Aether Tide, that's one. The double fry. Oh yeah, okay, I brought fry here for sure. So that's Aether Tide, double fry, double lightning press. So that's 2, 4, 5, and eclectic. I liked eclectic here because that means I wanna keep my blues.
Yep,
So if I draw a blue and then I just pitch it to eclectic, I have the two floating for the AB2. That's
Athletics fun. Yeah, for
yeah.
sure. You didn't play Calling Breeze or Shelter, or both into
Yeah,
Kano?
I didn't want to risk it because that means I'm preparing for a combo turn. And I was like, okay, I have Null Shock. All I have to do is get Null Shock into Arsenal. If I can't find Gun, Null Shock will take care of the Kindle.
Yeah, no shock for Kindle. It's very good. Yeah.
And so the whole game it was a bit of a good thing for me because he never drew any potions, he never found anything.
Oh,
It
yeah.
was just picking me off with spindles and lesson in lava.
Did you get
And by the
to go
time
first?
wait. Oh yeah, I won the dice roll, so I remember the sentiment against Kano is never give Kano an extra turn, so I went second. I let Kano go first because I don't want Kano to do the Kano on my turn, turn 0, and then
Okay.
draw back the hand. That was the
I
last
okay.
yeah.
Yep. I
So
think you go first in the Kano. I hard tested this, but let's see if this worked out. So
yeah, and then to be fair, we can still set up on their turn, so it's the same, technically the same thing.
yeah.
So right now, I guess moving forward right now, I think maybe going first would be great.
My reasoning is that they are at 30 life, and you can send damage at them to make them block, so they can't really. They have only like one flip on their turn. But if you give their turn 1, they can set up their potions, and then
Yeah,
it's like they see more cards that way, in a sense.
I, yeah, yeah. I think that's the right mindset. Yeah. So it was a game where Kano never saw any potions. So by the time they did their combo turn, it was very off a bit. It was a hand where I had 4 reds too. So I when they sent a spindle, I think it was a spindle. I kind of have to bank on the fact that they don't get anything good on the top of their deck.
Yeah.
Because the reds I kept in my hand really paid off on their wildfire turn. I was down to 17, and that was a wildfire into floodgates. And they just told me that they just drew double red and they used the one card to block and then just pick me off with chip damage.
Would you have lost if it was double blue?
Uh, if they drew another floodgates into Blazing Aether, maybe.
Okay.
Because I think I was only able to prevent 4, so there was still 3 floating damage for every spell,
Yeah, okay, well, for
which is
7.
yeah. That was so it was painful. I couldn't do anything about it, but we got there in the end.
Yeah. So
It
was that was
the break,
one Kindle, Metacarps, and Crucible?
yeah.
Okay.
It was and the gun in flash breakpoint while they were 1 HP was pretty much the killing blow.
Mm.
The They were forced to combo or just block and just
Yeah.
wait until we kill them on their turn. Yeah. So Kano was a prey matchup that I. It's just something I want to pray that I they don't get good stuff. There's not much we can do about it, anyways.
Yeah, really, we just bring our life a little bit up.
Yeah, I used to bring rewind on my inventory because just to get that extra assurance against Kano, but after doing some testing and I never drew it, like okay, never mind, let's just get it out.
Yeah, and if you draw it too early and you want to bank that in arsenal, then you're maybe giving them one free turn more to set up.
Yeah. I'm pretty happy with the Null Hood Shock Charmer's loadout. I think that's all you need.
Yeah, I think AB2 SV2 is a relatively on the high roll side that Kanan needs to do because our clock is on average quite fast still into 30 life.
Yeah.
But I
So
think I
yeah,
think this is like one of the only matchups I think having Blossom is nice, but Tunic works almost as good because
yeah.
you can combo Kano by turn one.
So yeah, moving to round six, it was the feature match, the KO.
Yeah. Oh, it
So
was
yeah,
round
you saw.
six. Yeah, yeah. That was pretty
Yeah, it
deep.
was round six. So it was a matchup. So the sideboard was a double glyph. I went first, so it was double glyph, triple eclectic, so that's five. I'm sure I boarded in my press, so that's seven, and destructive for eight.
Okay.
Yeah, because my combo turn was destructive finisher.
Yeah.
So turn zero, as you saw, it was very tempting to not throw it out, but at the same time, it's a very good hand that I don't mind losing the brilliance I drew. Although although most of the time, maybe not throwing the brilliance was the right play, but
Uh,
it was their loadout was AB1 SV1, so if I
yeah.
could lick 5 damage, that's already a win.
Yeah. Debatable. I think that first turn was good. Really good.
Maybe it was a case where I didn't have to throw out eclectic, but I might get a chance that they don't draw any. They draw non-block, so
Yep.
it was +1 damage to glyph anyway, so it all paid off in the end. I got my triggers right. The sigil of brilliance. I drew a brilliance after the glyph damage, so I was like, okay, it's like nothing ever happened.
Yeah.
I just got extra damage out of it, uh, and then I think they actually told me they were a new player. They just piloted the deck really well.
Yeah. Well,
I
they
can see it.
were what 5-1.
I believe so.
Yeah. Really cool.
Yes, because I could, as a KO player before, I know that when your hand's a 3 card hand, you're not pulling off more than 8 damage, at least,
No.
unless you're
Yeah.
forcing a claw.
Kano,
So
KO, KO is just really fair deck. Maybe too fair for
yeah,
these metas right now, but yeah.
yeah, I could read into their hands, and I was kind of happy that they threw away the swing big turn one because I think I got my combo almost ready. And then I was a bit doubtful to throw out the combo actually because it was just a blast hand and didn't throw out flesh bag yet. But I was thinking that if I don't throw out the combo now and I get an even worse hand, I might not be able to come back from this mistake. So that's why in that stream you saw me throwing out the combo. I risked the flesh bag not hitting destructive Aether Tide.
Yeah, sometimes you have to do it. It's
Yeah,
not too much about it.
and I even if I lose Aether Tide, I think I could have drawn a spell. I was hoping I could draw another one because my spell count is actually 15 if you add glyph and destructive Aether Tide.
Yeah, yeah. 15 with null shocks. Yeah.
Yeah, so it was what you saw on the stream. It was what happened. Oh yeah, I saw the miss trigger. I could have gotten +3 more damage, and the blast could have taken away their might for +1 value.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we got there in the end. So yeah, moving to the important match, the round seven.
Yeah,
It
also
was
about the
where
round
yeah,
six, it's quite surprising for a new player to actually like play the equipments correct as well, where they board in the scolding flashback, because most of the people are too tempted when they see a wizard, they're just okay, AB3. But like Scowling is way ahead of the AB2 hat.
oh yeah, yeah, because in round two against KO, he was AB3. So
Oh
my
yeah.
combo turn was very undisturbed.
Yeah, and like if you can attack Chaos hand where they need to AB, if they give blue out of their hand is not gonna deal much damage. It's like 8 or something.
Yeah. I was actually pretty surprised about the Spell Void 1 option. I'm sure he was just new and didn't know that I had physical damage.
Yep.
But most of that, if that was Cab skin, that would have saved him a few more lives. But yeah, well, we can't say much because I'm not the KO player. So
Yeah.
yeah, moving to the round 7, it was the redemption match against another new. This time I won the die roll, so I chose to go second for sure because that's the right answer.
Mm-hmm.
I fixed my board. I heard in between in between the event, I think I heard an opinion that 63 might be better. So I tried it out. I went for the triple calming breeze, double shelter, triple sync. So that's 8 already. And I just
Yeah.
added 3 cards, which is eclectic.
Yeah. Maybe
And
65 too with Enlighten. I don't know. I like Clufo like personally a lot into new and assassins. This
yeah,
card alone has won me so many assassin games. Just where you
yeah,
just like you can't keep a hand that combos like ever.
yeah,
So then you just throw out some instants with like sigils and you throw cliff. And it goes like very tall. They can't do much about it. So you got their HP down. But
yeah.
yeah.
It was tempting to actually add Easter egg because I really want an Easter egg in the assassin matchup.
Yeah.
But my deck is too tight to add Easter egg already. And I said 63 is the cap. I'll try this out, and if it
Mm-hmm.
works out, then yeah.
That's a good number though.
But but yeah, moving forward, I would have replaced my discharge for Easter egg. Maybe one discharge or two, because
Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense.
yeah, it's basically the same. It's a 2 for 7, but at least you get the blocking hand.
Yeah, that is a very fair assessment. That's a good logic.
So yeah, so I let's see. It was a very tight matchup. I knew I was the new had the tempo for 6 turns straight. I was just making the value blocks, doing Gone in a Flash things. I
Mm-hmm.
think I lost Gone in a Flash to CNC. So it was a really tough matchup. The only thing that got me to come back was I got a mini combo undisturbed. It was a Sigil of Brilliance, one blast, blink, and Gone in a Flash. Wait, that's correct, right? Gone in a Flash, blinks, Brilliance, and uh, that was 2 instance blast, Gone in a Flash. Yeah, a 4 card combo turn,
Nice.
and I was able to draw a spell out of it, and that turned things around because I was able to put new to 6 HP. I don't know. I was the significant thing I remember there in that game was I was threatening lethal with the combo turn, but they went double Sigil of Solace
Oh.
to to buy back the value. Like, oh damn, I thought I won already. Oh yeah, and one thing also about this new was he was AB1. So the match I was able to steal some tempo by playing a lightning card and then mind warp. They're forced to just shuffle their entire hand.
Yeah, that's very good.
Yeah.
Abusing.
So as long as they're AB1, I think the matchup is definitely easier.
Yeah, for sure. I
Yeah.
was curious that they didn't play the AB1 SV1 instead. Maybe they just didn't have the space. That could
Yeah.
be
Oh yeah.
it as well.
Because oh yeah, remember in round one they were AB3 and SV2. So doing combo turn has to be perfect if I want to leak damage.
Yeah.
So yeah, the matchup was really close. I was lucky because he had a missed. It's not. I don't know. It's a miss. It's not a miss trigger, but they blocked with Tunic, activated Tunic, and didn't pay the floating resource for an arcane damage.
Oh
So
yeah, it lost one life.
that one life they didn't use, I was able to kill them with shock on their turn.
Nice. Shock striked again.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and the null shock really saved me because there was a turn where they threw double trouble. and then they threw out the +1 transcend. So and I saw they have two cards in hand, but they were AB1, so that was a very tempting situation to throw out my null shock, which actually paid off. They explained to me that their other hand was their specialization, the blue transcend specialization, and they could have transcended and used my blinks, I guess, to throw out a codex. Was it a codex or basically if they didn't have to pay for the negate, or if it wasn't negated, they could have done something good. Because
Yeah.
negating the first transcend card removed that blue from their hand, and they needed that blue to pay for the specialization.
Yeah. Really good.
So, so it was significant that I think null shock should be considered in using offensively on their turn.
Mm-hmm.
It was actually why a lot the moment this happened, the Justin was kind of aware of null shock. So I was thinking like, okay, the null shock is the game changer against Nu.
Oh, he
This
learned
was
already. Man.
yeah. It's an assumption, but yeah, it was null shock that was the MVP in this game.
Yeah, it's
If I
really
didn't
good
get null shock,
against MST heroes because you can deny transcends. Really
yeah.
awesome.
So yeah, we got there. We got X1. We were able to get into top 8.
7th place.
Yeah, 7th place.
Nice.
So yeah, we can move on to the top cut.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll tell you what happened in top cut was I was supposed to fight a Syndra, but apparently after the deck check, the Syndra had marked cards. I believe it was on their sleeves. So they got upgraded to a match loss.
Ooh, that's
So
spicy.
it was both fortunate and unfortunate. I kind of want to fight a Syndra because the only reason I brought Spindle to my deck was because of Syndra.
Yeah, for
Like literally the
abusing.
only reason.
Yeah,
Yeah. So it was either way. I think it would have been a matter of who would get their combo first, and that would be the winner.
pretty much. Yeah, there's
Yeah,
a lot of no blocking happening that game.
yeah. So it's fine. So yeah, moving to the semifinals, it was another feature match. I was against Dorinthia.
Yeah,
So
that guy was a jokester. That was funny much.
yeah, he was fun to play with. So in this matchup, I went second. Yeah, because Dorinthia went first. My sideboard was let's see, I forgot. My sideboard was 3 sinks, triple eclectic, so that's 6. And then the 2 cards I got was I forgot what it was. It's either shelter or glyph. I forgot which one. It might have been glyph.
Okay.
So turn 0, they showed off a 6. They were threatening a double swing hand, which I had Sigil of Aether, I had Blast, a 3 block, and another instant. I forgot which one that was, but it was an instant that I didn't want to let go. Probably a CLV, I think. Yeah, it was CLV. So when he showed up the 6 damage, I didn't want to block. I didn't want to cycle away my Aether because I wanted Aether to go together with Valley,
Yep.
especially they were on AB2 setup. So it would have tempted them to lose a card. So I forced my Greaves. I got punished by the Pride, but it's it all it was fine because I think Warrior is a free matchup for Celia
Quite so.
as long as you get the combo.
Yeah, quite so. Dorian can be scary, and that turn 0 looked really scary. But
Yeah, because I think I got the confidence because I fought a Dorinthia player before moving to RTN, and he was able to get 6 counters on Dawnblade, but I still won in the end because
6.
the combo turn.
Oh
Yeah,
man.
it was the glistening hand,
Yeah.
and I was like, I can't block that. I'm gonna combo. I have to combo. So that match gave me the confidence in this match
Yeah.
to just say, yeah, I can read all the damage that's coming. I brought in the sync, so when I get my sync, that's when I remove your counters. What happened after the turn after was I actually had a miss trigger because the Sigil of Aether pop, they didn't block. Wait. I didn't put out CLV. I think it was wrong. No, no, no. I haven't put it out CLV yet. That's why I said I had a mistrigger. The CLV came out after Aether damage was done. So I probably had the mistake of drawing after.
Oh yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah,
But I don't remember
I
if
for
you drew or not from it.
yeah, yeah, I
Not
drew
sure.
from it.
Okay, okay.
But thankfully it didn't matter because I just drew discharge. I discarded it to get eclectic, which was IP1. I was gonna arsenal the sink below anyway.
Yeah.
So thankfully it didn't impact the match. But that was a bad thing to note that I made a mistake there.
Yeah,
Hopefully
it's
it won't happen again.
yeah, it's easy to forget though. Yeah,
Yeah.
even in Talishar and playing games, you just see the Vader pops, they take damage from it, and then play CLB, and are like, wait, what can I draw? And it's like, oh, a very easy one to forget. But
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, it was another case where turn three I got my combo, I took tempo, and yeah, that's all about it. I got the damage well enough to kill him on his turn.
yeah, do you remember what was it about? Why did he ask about mind warp during the? I think it was like
I
turn
think
1, 2.
I was surprised also, but it was probably because Mind Warp is the most threatening card as an Auxilio.
Yeah,
So,
pretty much, pretty much.
and, they're probably trying not to lose tempo because they had their counters up. So Mind Warp would have probably destroyed the tempo they gained,
Yeah,
which is probably why he asked. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so we have the feature match to watch just in case anyone wants to see what happened. And moving forward to the finals against Justin. So I went first because it was the top he was top seeded, so he got to choose.
Mm-hmm.
I boarded in the same cards as the round seven win. I got the Calming Breeze, the triple sync, double shelter, and the triple eclectic.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was it. Oh wait, I think did I bring lightning press? I may have gotten lightning press. I forgot because it was at that game that I was thinking that the Calming Breeze didn't help me in the round one and round seven against Nu. I barely used it. I just discarded it most of the time. So I was considering to go much more faster by boarding in Lightning Press.
I see. That makes sense. It just sort of can help you to block a on hit, but it's still like guessing game and just some life.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's
So
definitely less important than into Arachnis that try to mark you or something like that.
yeah, yeah. I felt like Breeze was better if it's just Mario.
Yeah.
But I'm still not gonna. I'm probably not gonna. I'm back to three Breezes again because I took out Shelter. But I think moving forward against Nu, we should really keep the Breeze. It's gonna help.
Into no?
Yeah, into Nu.
Okay. Okay.
We we just want that break the remove the breakpoint from LNW and the dagger. That's already a win.
Yeah. That makes sense. That makes sense.
So yeah, going back, I feel like I lacked the life buffer to win the game, and it was the problem was the Bonds of Agony turn. It was the
Yes.
double blink, the mind drop. That was a very hard a very hard decision. So what I did was I banked on the fact that he may get the blink just to lose two cards from my hand, or he gets mind warp for the rest of the game. And I was hoping he would get the blink, which I probably shouldn't have done that. I think that's why I was thinking like I shouldn't have removed my zero cost spells because I blocked with after that I blocked with my etchings and the kill turn he did. I only had one arcane spell left. That was arcane. That was etchings. So looking back at it, I feel like the next time it happens, I think I should prioritize my spells over the other cards.
Yeah, that's a
If I
consideration. I think this was like very hard decision. I was a bit surprised about the road to took, but I think that was like pretty high level route to be honest, because there's also you had CLV set up on the board and you want to keep
yeah
like tempo and having to use that valley. But if you block Bonds of Agony, it goes over the thing anyways, and then it gets all your blinks, and now you have empty hand. So then you just kind of have to pass, lose to CLV, and now they have another hand to disrupt you with. So definitely a hard decision. I can't say which one is correct because it alters the game so much. So
Yeah. Also, this was the game where I pitched Gone in a Flash for CLV.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that was a comment, sir. So, and because that hand I had Shelter and Gone in a Flash, and I feel like the right decision was just to keep Gone in a Flash, because I never saw Gone in a Flash for 3 turns at least after that. What happened?
Mm. Yeah, and you didn't get to pop the boots at all that game
Yeah,
either. I think like the life totals were not that close, but I think the game was very close. If you
yeah,
had like a little micro edge at some point, or like maybe some other decision um helped you a bit more, where you can use your grease to like 4 card hand or something, then I think this is totally different game. But those decisions are very hard and depends on what you have left in the deck and what they might throw, and it's just an educated guesses at that point, really, not really
yeah,
mistakes. I don't think.
yeah. And I think I got traumatized by the hand disruption so much that I don't want to lose Gone to bonds that early.
Yeah, yeah.
But I think moving forward, if you get a D react and Gun, I think it's good to just Arsenal Gun and just no, sorry, Arsenal the D react and keep the gun IP1.
Yeah.
I think it's I think that's the better decision. But it's still
um
contextually,
is
it's still
it
different.
what if you IP the gun in your hand and Arsenal the D react? Because I wonder if like that plays around Leave No Witness and no, I mean Arsenal the gun and have the D react in hand, because that plays around Leave No Witness, right? And then if they bonds you and it goes over anyways because it has this stupid +3 text on itself. Um,
Yes.
so then it can't hit your gun because it's Arsenal. Is there any card you really lose to if you Arsenal gun and IP direct in hand?
I
In
guess it's really
theory,
hard to say because there was
yeah,
also CLV to take into consideration.
yeah. Well, in that context, for sure. I'm thinking in general, like what would
Yeah,
be maybe the other way around that is, you say is better.
yeah.
Depends.
Maybe just maybe secure since that was my first gun, maybe just keeping the pressure with gun is so much better than anything else.
Yeah, but IPing not wrong. I don't think.
Yeah. So yeah, it was a tough game. I was able to find the opening with the gun blink etchings turn, but it I think and on that kill turn, it was probably the right call to just block the persuasive.
Mm,
It was a very hard decision. The blocking 5 on the bonds was correct. I guess it paid off, but I
yeah.
think the pain in the backside was the most annoying thing to face that game.
Yeah, this that card surprised me a ton, and like just in sequencing was like really insanely good that game too, because you can paint in the backside and it throws the dagger that doesn't destroy, it just deals damage. It grants go
Yeah.
again for the next blue, so like that sequencing was pretty sick.
Yeah. And I was looking at the graveyard and everything like, okay, that pain in the backside could just be a head job. So I have to check, does he have CNC?
Mm,
Uh, does he use everything? There's there's too many considerations. That's why I didn't block pain in the backside. But
yeah,
I feel like maybe I should have just blocked it because that was 0 for 4 compared to the potential damage they could throw.
paint in the backside, was it on hit? I can't remember.
It was an on hit. So
Yeah, okay.
I think blocking there was the right call.
It's hard
But
decision to make, really. It is very hard.
yeah, yeah, because Etchings was my last spell. I reviewed my graveyard, everything. It was my last spell.
Yeah.
I didn't want to rely on shock to win to combo into a shock, because that would mean I need more cards in the hand. And I'm not expecting that I could keep a 4 card hand against new.
Yeah, and you were also on a little more life down on that, so the
Yeah,
combo also needed to be that much better. So
yeah.
I can understand that.
So yeah, it was unfortunate, but I feel like it was very winnable. I just probably have to I think that was why I made the decision to just change my sideboard again for the next event.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so
Calming breeze in the bed in the backside. That's the thing.
Yeah, Coming Breeze would have totally helped there. Yeah, so that proven Coming Breeze is the GOAT. We can't
This one
remove
as
it.
well. Yeah, but that game was still really fantastic. It was very close. Very, very good
Yeah.
game. So,
So
that run was phenomenal, and you proved. I heard you proved whole Philippines, but I think it has to extend um more than just Philippines. That Australia is a real deck.
yeah,
Like because people say you can take Australia, sure, RTN, Spike and RTN, 5 rounds. Uh,
yeah,
any deck can do that, but hey, now we're talking 6-1 in the top guy. We're talking practically a big battle harden here. So yeah,
yeah. That's why it was a big deal that, oh wow, I actually got that far with Acilio. That means he really is capable of doing it.
yeah, because you just the better you play and use his hero ability, um, the more consistent he becomes. Of course, he has. We'll always have the problem of drawing breaks. But
Yeah,
you can. At the end of the day, we're playing a card game. The most consistent Guardian deck can draw the 4 blues. So what's gonna do if they can't block with it? Kind of same like then our arcane hands. What can we gonna do if we can't block with them? But
yeah,
it is what it is. You showed. You showed.
yeah,
So, do you want to discuss about the cards? Is there anything you want to say about any cards, decisions, what you think about
yeah.
them,
Yeah, sure. We can talk about why this is the non-negotiable main board.
non-negotiable
I
fencing
mean,
too? Okay.
yeah. Every other card is pretty much explains itself. The gun in a flash, etchings. I think the notable there is the blast count.
Yeah, 5.
Yeah. I used to be on 6, but I went down to 5 because I didn't like drawing too many blasts when I don't have the instance to back it up.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I checked everyone's deck list and I think it was concluded that 5 is the best number
Yeah, I
in the
also
Auxilia list.
dropped when the season began to 5 really quick. Mostly for the one space, but yeah, there is also the fear of drawing too many blasts with 6. So
Yeah. And plus the 3 attack on blast is kind of underwhelming. So
yeah,
it's like I might go to 4, but I think 5 is the comfortable slot. That every turn that you want a combo, you might see it.
yeah, it's just a more combo card, and you can do a lot of mini combos and helps with a lot of matchup with disruption, takes up the walls are fast. That's just a lot of things with blast, but also setup needed for it. So
Yeah, so next I think another thing that people would probably wonder is the triple null shock, I guess.
mhm.
Yeah, so because before it used to be just a sideboard card that you want to bring on specific matchups.
Yeah,
Right now, I think of null shock as just an extra arcane spell. The null is a bonus. Most
that's
of the
pretty much
time,
it.
most of the time I just want the shock part, and it pretty much
We can be trusted with
yeah
Shiroga's shock, please.
yeah yes please. And besides, having 6 chances to draw a card that can kill your opponent on their turn is pretty much good assurance.
Yeah, because I also have like noticed this thing where because we have a couple of, especially one, a really top tier worst player, CC player at my locals. So I play a
Yeah,
lot into him, like testing and just armor games and all kinds of game. He plays like all decks, and every time that he's worried about something and he checks my grave, it's about mind warp, channel lightning valley,
yeah,
and shocks. Those are like the 3 cards he always checks for. So that is very funny.
yeah. I guess the next other thing that isn't common in every auxiliary list is the current funnel,
Yeah,
because some people opted to not bring it. Stormy, it's technically I don't like siding it out because it's just a tree block that I can pitch with. It's
yep,
it's hard it's hard to not justify it because it's good in any situation you bring it.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. And then I guess the Sigil of Aether, I bring two. I after seeing the plays you can make with Aether, I didn't want to get rid of at least one.
Yeah, and
It's basically an
you
yeah.
also just made big plays with Sigil of Aether, PG
Yeah.
matches.
It's basically a spell. If you play it right, it's technically a spell.
Yes.
So yeah, but I didn't want to bring three because it's not a lightning card. I think two is the right number.
Mm-hmm.
And moving forward, I might go in my updated list. I only bring one, but
That makes sense to me.
the other one is on the sideboard though. But I may change that to experiment on high voltage again.
I see. I see.
So, yeah, so I guess we can move to the sideboard.
Yeah.
So Aether Spindle, it's a one-off. I bring it to the 0 AB matchups. The Syndra. I'd bring moving forward, I'm bringing it to Warriors now. Because I'm sure they don't do AB3. They're just AB2 or AB1.
Yeah, they
So
can't really afford to lose their boots, so leaves
yeah.
not many slots open for
So
that.
yeah. So yeah, Spindle is perfect as a one-off. I think drawing twos really sucks. That's why I think op one is the perfect number.
And just draw it turn 0. Go first, draw Spindle, Channel Lightning Valley, a Lightning Pitch card,
Yeah.
and a
Yeah.
Sigil, and then the
Yeah.
setup.
Perfect.
Yeah.
The perfect setup.
Yeah.
Next is Calming Breeze. It's really good card. I've seen a lot of decks in the event bringing Calming Breeze, so it's basically the one. And in Auxilia, it becomes a very versatile card. Yeah, we've seen it. We can discard it. We can stop Mario with it.
We can combo with it.
Yeah, and we can combo with it. At the very least,
Yeah.
it's bas yeah, it's basically a gun in a flash
But if you think
in a
about it
in a
like that,
combo thing.
it's, yeah, pretty good.
Yeah, eclectic. Moving to eclectic, it's it's really good. It fixes any hand you get, but the reason why I don't mainboard it is I think it asks too much. Like it asks you to, do you want to combo or do you want to just go mid range and just block, or just sometimes it's a trap that you wanna abuse it, but sometimes it could be the better call is to block with it. So I don't like eclectic capping me that to tell me that you should just use this whenever you see it. So that's
Yeah.
why I sideboard it. Because
Yeah.
I want to think of it as a tree block.
It's one of the rare, well, we have 3 blocks that are lightning, and it's eclectic and funnel. So yeah.
Yeah.
Daniel Flash
I
2.
mean we have Thunder Steppies, but we don't talk about that now.
Yeah, yeah. Not that one.
I used to be a believer in that, but I think in this meta it's not good.
The people started dropping it from ally lists too with tomes, and I think at that
Yeah.
point it's probably harder to justify it in CC. We'll see, we'll see. Maybe they print us
Yeah.
something that will make Thunderstep good. Because I heard in playtesting they were for like the whole playtesting they were really high on Thunderstep, even without tomes. I heard, but yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I, maybe in the future once the Skizik from Aurora Armory deck might come, I might bring Steppies again.
There's at
It,
least
it's it's
things
a,
to try and
yeah.
test for sure.
Yeah. Next is E-Strike. It's basically a filler card. I can replace that with Entwine or another Fry, Lightning Press. It's basically if I need a tree block on the matchup, I'll just bring that.
Mm-hmm.
But I think my first choice is always the Eclectic over E-Strike.
Yeah, I can agree with that for sure.
Next would be the Fried. It's basically for Kino and Enigma. I think that's the matchups you bring Fry. Oh, it's Syndra also for Syndra.
Yeah,
But I wouldn't bring it on Syndra if I'm going second.
it feels really bad to draw this when you go second.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess it's the best card to get when going first. Yeah, that's pretty much it. It's just a head job, 1 amp card.
Yeah, and the 1M is like really meaningful there because they are AB0, AB1. So if you have like connectivity out, you have try Mind Warp, and they are AB0.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Like what is that hand? Like 2 card 10? with
Yeah.
disruption or something. It's crazy.
Yeah. Next is Glyph Overlay. It's basically the card that validates your conductivity.
Yeah, with blast.
So yeah. So like if you have too many sigils or you just wanna refresh your whole field, anything Glyph is it's technically above rate. I was able to do 8 damage on it on stream. It's really good. I don't want to
Yeah,
get rid of it, but I think capping it at 2 is fine. Is the right number because I
I'm.
don't want to see 3. I guess I don't. Although you can pitch it to itself, but
Yeah, I have.
maybe
I have bumped up myself to 3, and I'm loving 3.
yeah. It might be a good card against, but for sure I bring this to every Guardian matchup.
Yeah.
It's it's a guarantee. Yeah. So next is the Lightning Press.
Oh, I remember actually.
Like
Funnily enough, when I was playing Spindle, and
yeah.
there's one player, Pros, who won K, Polish Nats on K now, and he was saying to me about Glypho like that. If you just think about it as Arcane Blast, then I was like, okay, bet I'm done. I'll try it for the 16th time, and now it's stuck.
Yeah. And the 1 HP could not be underestimated. It's
No,
it's an
yeah,
ex- it's a bonus.
it's a really nice one.
Yeah, so next is Lightning Press. It's everyone was iffy about Lightning Press, but I think it's just good to have when you wanna push damage.
Yep,
And I bring 5 blasts, so at least need an instant that can justify it,
it is.
which
It,
is
it is
Lightning
like
Press.
the best one with Blast. Like you have this and Brilliance. That value goes crazy.
Yeah. I really wanna bump up to 3 because bringing instants that have 3 value by itself is already really good. We have
Yeah,
Sigil of Solace, Discharge, and now Lightning Press. So that's why I think keeping instants that have extra value aside from Sigil is pretty good.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So next is Shelter of the from the Storm. I think I was just on the hype. I borrowed some shelters to bring. Uh, I brought 2 because it replaces the Fate Foreseen.
Mm-hmm.
But looking at it now, I'm removing it. I don't like it anymore.
Why? Why?
You it's basically whenever I draw it, it comes at the wrong time, and I don't want to just activate the instant just to get rid of it.
Yeah,
It's still a versatile card, but I think looking at your list also, I think 3D reacts is just enough, especially on our game that we don't want to break as much as possible.
yeah, and we have Calming Brace too to do the thing
Yeah.
with the
And at
DRX.
some point I feel like if we're gonna go 5D reacts, I think Fate's the better. Just for the fixing of hand or the fixing of the top card at least.
Yeah, Fade has extra value with Oscillo because of the ability as well. So,
Yeah.
or
Next Sync Below. Yeah.
what about
Yeah.
Yellow Sync below?
Uh, uh I mean we barely use Sync Below as a pitch. I don't want to ruin my pitch stack by putting a D react.
No, not as a pitch, but it's a 3 block at reaction speed that fixes your hand. Now,
I, I,
that was my Kano special, Yellow Sync below.
hmm. Maybe I haven't like, tried it, but maybe now I should try it. It might be a game changer again.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Fade is good
N-
as well.
Next is Destructive Aether Tide. It's basically a filler blocking card. I barely use the surge on it. I really hate the 1 damage on on the text. It's not
Yeah,
enough to be a threat. But yeah, against Syndra I would bring it. Both Spindle and Aether Tide.
yeah. There is sad ifs about this card, but sometimes it can be the MVP into
Yeah.
especially now because they are on very low AP and they want to have as wide hand as possible. So hitting that makes mom worse as well if you can snipe an Arsenal.
Yeah. So but you can think of it as a flex card. I would swap it out for Aether Arc If I feel like my meta has too much Azaleas, then yeah.
Yeah, makes sense.
I
Probably
like I
probably
think
assassin as well, right?
yeah. Just making sure you have a 5 card hand per turn is pretty good. So
Yeah,
probably open. It's really that slot is really open to changes.
yeah. So you think Israel, Shelter, Destructive, very open to changes.
Yeah. In my
Gotcha.
updated list, I'm now on one E-Strike, and I have a one extra slot also that I might move to Aether Arc. I still have the destructive Aether Tide. Wait, I think I should just send it to you.
You want me to show it on
Yeah,
stream?
yeah, sure. Uh,
Okay.
I don't mind at this point. That's the post RT. That's after the 2 RTNs I joined. This is the conclusion I
Yeah.
kind of made.
So
So it's
52 is 51 now with one sigil of
yeah,
Aether. Now
yeah,
we have this.
and so now I fix up my some of my ratios. So I'm back to breathe still.
Mm.
E-Strike is down to 1 because it's now a card I don't want to see more than once.
Yeah.
The new card added was Cloud Cover. I think it's a
Hoping.
it's statistically a bad card. It's a
Yeah.
one. It's an offensively 1 point of damage.
But
A
is
two block card.
yeah, is this better than mental block?
Uh, the reason why I added Cloud Cover was because it was an instant lightning card.
Yeah, that's
It's basically the
valuable.
one of the most versatile card ever. It's offensively, defensively, and I'm only gonna bring this to the assassin matchup and Jarl.
I see.
Yeah, those are the only matchups I bring Cloud Cover. But oh, and Kano also.
Yeah,
Kano
true.
and Kano and Verdance, because I've recently been seeing a lot of Verdance, and being
Yeah,
on AB1 against them, it's not good. I kind of need assurance that I can protect myself.
yeah. There's like two loose cons in the verdants. One is if you're not being careful, you get fatigued, and the other one
Yeah,
is if you get hit by the channel broccoli, arcane stuff, it hurts.
yeah, yeah.
And
So next, yeah, go.
I wanted to. Have you played this a lot? I've tried this as well before, but
Yeah, I've been trying it out. I'm only in 3 games in with it, and I don't mind it. It's pretty good.
okay.
Uh, it's basically a card that it doesn't improve your ceiling, but it improves your floor
No, but
because it
those are
fixes
the
your
cards that we want. Our ceiling isn't Greaves. That's Greaves and instance. That's about it.
yeah, yeah. And so our ceiling is technically okay with it because it's still a +1 amp, and it's still a gun in a flash.
It's a 0 for 5 combo turn. It's totally fine.
Yeah, but the main point that I brought it is because of the disruption.
Yeah,
So
because
as much as possible, yeah,
that's what.
as much as possible. Sorry,
No, go
yeah,
ahead.
go
Go
for
ahead.
you.
Sorry.
Okay, okay. So as much as possible, I want if I were to lose a card from Leave No Witnesses or CNC, I want to get some value out of it. That's why I brought Cloud Cover in.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. That's kind of bridges to my question. What would have been that? All the pumps are threes, so I wonder if this
Yeah,
like two is helping that because it's not covering the quote unquote breakpoint at this point.
yeah. I mean, when they present CNC, you're like accepting that okay, my arsenal is gone. I have an instant hand,
Mm-hmm.
so I might as well mitigate the damage with Cloud Cover.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
still open to testing, but I think I like Cloud Cover.
Now for this meta, I think if you're ever gonna play this card, um, now, because
Yeah,
you just don't want to get marked. Flick is very annoying to prevent because
yeah,
it's just no, it's not arcane. It's just damage.
yeah. So
But
and it's
maybe
the list is pretty much the same. Yeah, go.
maybe they can give us a red cloud club cover.
Yeah. If they bring Red Cloud Cover, that's on main board every time.
Yeah, as it's a rare. Hey, where's
Yeah,
where's the rainbow? Oh, this came out in the Aura, the strike deck, whatever it was called.
yeah, yeah.
Um,
You can even fight at the first strike deck. So I'm assuming, or I'm technically hoping that they bring the red one on the armory deck.
Maybe. That throws a curveball as a blue. Ah, fuck.
Okay, for sure the blue I won't use, but yeah,
Red Peacock's
I think
very
yellow is fine.
interesting. But I think yellow has arguments for now. I
Yeah,
I'm down to
it's
test it
it's
for sure.
it's open to testing. The truth is a meme right now.
Yeah.
It's gonna be either arc eventually.
I see.
But yeah, that's the new list moving forward. I'm probably gonna help my fellow Celio players to win their own RTNs.
That's cool.
And I think this is the list that I'm suggesting, but they're definitely open to changes.
Yeah.
There's like a lot of cards you want to get rid of. The main thing I just want to say about the Auxilia is once you have your main board set up, it's just the sideboard that you have to change. And my whole deck is built around what the sideboard. You do the same thing every game, but what will be the cards you use to support it against that matchup?
That's
So
that's very well put. Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, 9 cards change every game. That's pretty fun. It's like a puzzle. You have a very mini game before the game starts.
Yeah, which depends on if you go first or second, and of course the
Yeah,
matchup. But yeah,
yeah. So yeah, that's the list, the unbox, and my post RTN list.
that's cool.
I'm not
Do
joining
you
any
wanna?
RTNs after this.
Oh, that's very sad. Do you wanna touch about on like having so many two offs? Maybe.
Okay, yeah. So I like the theory that whatever I put in the sideboard, I don't bring one part of it in the main board. So if I say I wanted to bring eclectic, I don't bring one. I have to bring all three, or it's not zero.
Yeah.
That's the idea of my ratios here. So the if I put it on three, I like seeing it every turn. It fixes the hand. It's not bad to have. But when I put the two offs in, I was like, they drawing two or three alone is already bad. But at the same time, just seeing them every once in a while, like drawing them early and then losing them to the discard or the block, I think I can live with that because I have the extra backup. But I
Yeah.
don't want to play it 3 times or 2 times in a game. Playing it 1 time is enough. That's why the number two is just okay. It's there.
Yeah. Makes sense. And also, right, we can just cycle faster, so we can have those
Yeah,
silver bullets faster. So
yeah. That's why I put a one off on cards that you can't really cycle.
true. Yeah, makes sense. Um, anything else you want to say in general?
I get so I guess if you're bringing Auxilia to RTN, just know your matchups. The playing Auxilia by itself and doing the combo is not enough. You have to really know what your opponent is doing so that you can adjust turn zero. From turn zero, you can already adjust what they're planning.
That
That's pretty much the general idea. Just know everything, I guess. You,
is,
you that's actually a hard task, but just don't go blind.
yeah, but that
Once
is a
you
very relevant ask for Australia. It is something you need to be
yeah,
aware of.
we're we're already struggling in the value game. So to make up for it, we need to do some improvements on how you handle the matchup, just so you can make up for the value lost with your instant hands and the bricks you get.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a really good one. So, thank you for coming and doing this. What you call it, deck thing.
Yeah, yes, yeah. Yeah, thank you very much for having me. I'm pretty happy to have shown what I can do with Auxilia.
Yeah, and
And pretty
hopefully more
and
to
pretty
come.
much yeah, and pretty much telling the putting Auxilia back to the map.
Yes, get him out of the D tier. He does not belong there. Getting out of the D tier.
At least put him on B tier or something.
Yeah,
He's really good. Uh, I swear he can win any event. Just play it well.
yeah. I agree. And now I'm happy somebody else is saying that as well. So I don't seem like the biggest copper clown on the planet. You have
Yeah.
something to back up your words with, so it's very cool.
Yeah.
But yeah,